Hunter x Hunter chapter 418. Let's fucking get it. Either I enter Zetsu, it's called Assumption. At least that is the tentative name.
Ain't no way. Hold on. Let me maximize the screen. Ain't no way. Ain't no way he's going here.
What, just straight back to the room?
No. I thought he was gonna do a cutaway.
Bro,
talk about some other nonsense.
You know what's crazy is that's what I was trying to tell people. There's no way. We're not gonna see anything of the troop or any of this other shit in the next few chapters. I was like, y'all must forget who we dealing with. This is not your other mangakas. Like, Togashi is that insane. He would, if he felt like it, we would be cutting away right now. Tell me I'm lying.
Oh my god. Okay.
Ricky, tell me I'm lying.
Okay. Nah, you ain't lying. You ain't lying.
Hey,
ain't lying.
If he felt like it, right? If he felt like it, we could just be talking to some random hunters back home right now. We could be checking in with Nav and Morel. There's no stopping him. He does what he wants.
I mean, he'll put one testicle at a time on the table, and he'll say, "Hold." He'll say, "Hold this. You got to." That's so
Feast your eyes.
Yeah. Behold. Okay.
All right. Let's act like grown men for a second. Hold on.
Assumption. Chapter 418. Assumption.
Right.
He's doing this.
Yep. Either I enter Zetsu and then close my eyes, or I begin Zetsu with my eyes already shut. Either way, the ability triggers. And I can see up to 10 seconds into the future. A vision, yes, this much we knew. These 10 seconds I'm watching take only an instant in the real world. To the people around me, it registers as no more than a blink. Ephemeral 10 seconds. If I open my eyes the moment after viewing those ephemeral 10 seconds, the 10 seconds I saw begin playing out in the real world. Of course, it's the pose. From my testing, the rules of my ability I've been able to confirm are these. I cannot alter anyone other than myself into a state different from the one in the ephemeral 10 seconds. Changing their position or posture is impossible. They move through those 10 seconds like wax figures, clothing and hair included, and petty tricks such as slipping an object into their clothes were also impossible. I can change the position and state of objects. However, I could not use those objects to directly harm another person, nor to deface things, pranks. Nor can I take something a person is already holding, though I can get ahead of them and take an object they were about to pick up. In that case, they keep acting under the belief that they did take it. These are some interesting stipulations.
I don't know. Okay, so these are some wild limitations.
Yeah.
It just seems like a little arbitrary, but like I guess that's what he's discovered.
Well,
the whole time he's been training.
He only has agency over himself. He can move time around, but he only has agency over himself in that amount of time. Right.
Well, it says he has influence over objects, but it's like
not objects that are
interacting with somebody else.
Correct. Okay. So basically he can't alter the properties of something somebody else is doing at all. Because that's the thing, is like, if they are going to take the object, they are not yet doing the holding of the object. The object is not yet bound to them. So their state of being would not be altered by him having the object because they don't yet have it, right?
Okay.
So that makes sense to me. How many seconds? 2.92, Your Highness. Shit. So the plateau is finally here, where my time starts slipping. Before starting the ephemeral 10 seconds, I tested whether I could deliberately steer things toward the future I want to see, whether I could create the near future myself, but it doesn't work very well. I'm trying to switch this window. God damn it. Bro, what? There we go. My fault. I just forgot my hotkey. I forgot how to do this shit. I forgot how to move the screen between monitors. Okay. Go get me some water from the fridge. Sir, right away. Close. Here you are. Yeah, thanks. Open. Sir, right away. He takes the order and goes to fetch the water. Right. So he moves to the
Okay,
fridge
so he's going
first.
to water. Okay,
Has water in his hand.
drinking it already.
Here you are. There was only one bottle in the fridge, so I'll go restock it now. He believes he handed me the one bottle left in the fridge. My ability is functioning normally. When I try to pull the line, go get me some water itself into the ephemeral 10 seconds, it doesn't work. No matter how firmly I hold the thought, I am about to order Salkov to fetch water in my head as I close my eyes. Inside the ephemeral 10 seconds, I never see a future in which I say, go get me some water.
Scroll back up, actually. Let me see if this registers for me.
All right, what do you need to see?
Scroll, maybe even the last page. I want to see when he first closes his eyes. So he'll place an order, because this is him trying to influence the future.
Yeah.
So, and then make it predictable. So ordering, Salkov, he's like, okay, go. Closes his eyes, and now he's in parallel future or universe. What's the correct term? Do you remember?
I think it is parallel universe.
Okay. So now he's seeing the ephemeral 10 seconds. He's seeing into the future. And it's just standard. It's Salkov going in the fridge, getting the water, coming back to him.
Right.
Okay, cool. Move to the next page.
All right.
So in this, he's not seeing himself say, go get water. He just sees the action of somebody else. Okay, cool. Go to the next one.
Yeah, so basically what he's experimenting with here, I think, well, funny enough, I think that he's experimenting on whether, once he enters Zetsu, he can, tamper with the tape, so to speak, of that 10 seconds. Because he's seeing it inside his head, right? He wants to see if it's editable.
Okay.
Just by virtue of thinking about it, if that makes sense. I think that's how I'm registering this.
Let's reread this page from the top and then to the bottom again. So now his eyes are open again.
Yep.
Sir, right away. And basically it's like a blink. So Salkov is responding directly after the order was given.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. He takes this opportunity in real life, knowing how the future is going to play out, to run to the fridge ahead of Salkov.
Correct.
So he's trying to do all of this within that 10-second span in which he saw. And this is Salkov locked in to the future that he had seen.
Yeah,
cool.
He's on NPC mode. He can't do anything about it. Okay.
So now Salkov's response is to still go to Tserriednich's last position and hand him the water, even though Tserriednich is some distance away already drinking the water.
Yeah, nothing from his point of view will change until that 10 seconds ends.
So then why is it that here Salkov, after the end of the 10 seconds, isn't shocked, turning his head to Tserriednich, being like, how did you get over there? You're like 2 meters away from me with the water.
Because I don't think the 10 seconds ended by the time he said he would leave to go restock. I think even the restock is within that 10 seconds. Like him handing the water, we might only be seeing like 3 or 4 of the seconds here. Yeah, it's okay. I guess my question is like, how compressed is the time that we're seeing right here, right? That's what I would wonder. Because we don't know when the 10 seconds ends. Let's see. Let's move on. Let's see if we go deeper.
Okay.
So there's a limit to how conveniently I can rewrite the future scenario. In short, my ability carries a restriction. It will only show me the aftermath of what I've actually done in reality. Well, it's a level 1 ability. Can't be helped. This is definitely the kind of ability that does more the more I use it. Even after the ephemeral 10 seconds have elapsed in reality, Salkov still believes I am standing over there. That's because I've maintained Zetsu continuously, ever since activating the ephemeral 10 seconds. That time, my Zetsu was broken by the ability of that association member, Melody. Without her, Theta would have gone on believing she'd shot me dead, and I could have kept observing the aftermath. Okay, so as long as he's...
this is huge.
Yes. So
this is different.
They'll be in a reality loop so long as he maintains Zetsu. That's new.
So it's not just about closing your eyes now.
Or keeping your eyes closed, so to speak.
Yeah.
It's like, you know what I would compare it to? You ever, when you were in school, when you were little, you know, like the parachute game or whatever, like from gym class?
Where people would go underneath the parachute or something?
Yes. Once he uses Zetsu, you're underneath the parachute. You're just in that bitch. As long as he keeps using Zetsu.
Is the requirement of closing the eyes, is that a requirement?
Yes, to start the ability.
To start the ability.
Yep. But as long as his Zetsu, it's like if he closed his eyes, then held his breath, then opened his eyes again. As long as he's holding his breath still, it doesn't matter whether his eyes remain closed, right?
Okay. So now the aftermath of the future that he saw will still continue to play out so long as he's holding his breath / Zetsu is activated.
Yes, we'll just go back to Zetsu. That was just a linking term. So
yeah, I get it though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Says he finishes the water. Well, too late now. Looks like he tossed it. Duh, he's focused. Look at the game face. Hit him with the water. He said, door shut or open, so long as I keep up Zetsu, what the people in the living room perceive is, same as with Salkov, me, in the middle of training. The proof is that while I'm in Zetsu, they ignore anything I do. Exactly how far my ability's influence reaches needs testing. For now, it's confirmed that the interior of room 1004 is under its control, but my sense of it is, the Nen Beast stands at the spot where I activated the ability and exerts influence over a radius of X centered on that point. Okay, so the Silent Hill looking Nen Beast, it has the radius here. It's got like cell phone signals above his head. I'm weak.
Yeah, that's funny.
The farther I move from the activation point, the more I get an unpleasant static-like ringing in my ears, like a signal going bad. That's probably why. If I step outside that range, the gap between me and the Nen Beast grows too wide and, like a spell breaking, the ephemeral 10 seconds and the world continuing on from them vanish, and reality returns. That's the strongest hypothesis. If that hypothesis holds, an observer from outside space X is entirely unaffected by my ability, which means my ability is confined to that narrow space. Interesting. Ranged attacks are effective at this point. Well, all I have to do is use this magic to change the real world, become king, and make the entire world mine. Okay, drawing panel, crazy here. Reaching out into the galaxy, nuts.
Yeah.
However, a very interesting thing for him to be saying, like this simple, this statement of grandeur, because every single time somebody has said something like this in the past, it has gone horribly wrong for them.
Maybe he'll be different.
Most notably
this time.
Most notably wrong is Ramot. Obviously, he got humbled immediately. Went badly for the king, Meruem, obviously as well. Even just beating the game for Genthru, or I don't know. It's just every time you see this level of confidence expressed, it goes wrong. He could be different though, because this is entirely this is what makes him strong, sort of, in the first place, right? Is just his reckless abandon, his madness, almost, like how he lets things consume him to solve them. You saw that with like the gun skill in that story from his school days. Oh, right then. Okay, special martial law declared. Huh? Special martial law declared. My God. It's perfect. I hate him. I can't stand him. But I love the work, Togashi. My Zetsu doesn't break even for a sudden siren against any abrupt external stimulus other than pain. Okay, sensitive to pain as well. If I unexpectedly strike some part of my body against something, Zetsu inevitably breaks. Dulling pain through dissociation techniques proved utterly incompatible with Zetsu. The two could not coexist, which means Zetsu is a technique that heightens the senses throughout the entire body while erasing one's presence. Your Highness, I have mastered the stability of Zetsu. All that remains is speed. God, give thanks to me. This is who he is.
Really on one.
This is really who. See, I've been trying. Like, he really feel like he. Who do you think you are, bro? Who you feeling like? The First Prince's private soldiers are demanding we open the door. If we go on without answering, they'll force their way in. Zetsu released. All right, so what do we do? Leave them until they breach. Oh, he's gonna enter Zetsu right before he gets shot.
So, okay, pause for 1 second here. He maintained Zetsu.
Yes.
The world kept moving.
Yep.
Based off of how he had his precognition, essentially.
Yeah.
And while the world kept moving, there was a fake him that people are observing.
Yeah.
And the real him is free to move about the room within the range of his Nen beast while he maintains Zetsu.
Yes.
And when he breaks Zetsu, then the fake him disappears and the real him appears.
Yes. On top of that, obviously, it's a range tether to his Nen beast. It seems like he said it gets like static, like the transmission going out when he gets out of range. And then also, obviously, pain is a sensation that can break his Zetsu. So that's something you keep note of, and also the range thing. Those are the two things I really tied down from that relative to the ability. But there's been a lot this chapter so far for it.
Yeah, the only reason why I'm trying to make sure that I really wrap my head around.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah, the mechanics of this is that we know he's about to get shot to bloody hell. So, what that would mean is
and Das Boot.
Both in the gut and in the head. We know he's about to take some real damage.
Yeah, he's about to look like he got ran over.
So, what that means is that wherever he's standing right now, when Benjamin comes through, he will enter Zetsu, close his eyes, and let a future transpire where he gets completely murked. He then will open his eyes, and when he opens his eyes, within that 10 seconds, he's got to walk away from where them bullets don't fly, so that it's just flying in the air. That way, the real him doesn't get killed.
So here's the thing: in order for Salkov to get him into the casket, all he has to do is stay in that room in Zetsu the whole time.
Well, how long can he hold Zetsu?
I mean, I would imagine he could hold Zetsu nearly indefinitely. Like, not forever, not for like, I don't know, days, right? Like, eventually he'd reach a point of fatigue. But even the stuff that actually consumed Orin wasn't just about control and discipline. Gon and Killua were able to do with the Bisky at the Chimera Ant arc for like hours.
So then this is kind of what we were semi-predicting, that there would be some evolution in his power. And
that was more so your prediction. Yeah. But I very much thought either inside that 10 seconds he would get out of the room, or maybe we posited about the range of it, right? Like how far can he go? Like how far could he go in the 10 seconds? I didn't think it was range limited. So that's also
no, I didn't think that either.
But the thing is, I also didn't think within the range that he could just like hold the illusion indefinitely. That didn't really dawn on me either. And that's really where I think we're going with it. I think he's just going to stand there, watch himself get whooped on, and just like stay in Zetsu. But I guess my question is, well, no, it's not really a question, because he will say words in Zetsu, but he just thinking them won't matter. He has to say them. So he's going to go through the real reality, go to say the thing to Benjamin, get clapped, and then come back around and spin it different. So yeah,
I think I'm understanding it a lot better now.
Yeah,
like you said, it's an illusion. Yeah, it's like, it's just an illusion being presented to everybody else. Right. Because the way that he had stated it, calling it the aftermath, basically it's like people are trapped in that timeline of whatever he saw.
Yeah.
And that illusion just continues to play out. So if it was like they killed him, they're just, okay, what are the ramifications of killing him? Right.
Said, if you notice, he put the tape on the floor for exactly where they think he is in Zetsu. I think I sort of spotted that. I didn't think too much of it though, because I thought it was like along in form with all the other tests he was doing. Because he's doing quite a bit of tests on this ability. He's really, he's being very meticulous on extracting all the information and understanding that he can.
Oh, the tape evident on the floor is his fake position?
Either previous or new. He just stepped back into it. So I think maybe he's just been maintaining that position.
That's insane. So okay, that is what it is.
So that very much might also be the center point of the room, is what my thought is. That's another thought I have. It says, leave them until they breach. In exchange, do exactly as they instruct. Pile every weapon in one place and surrender. Hands up before they enter, and do not resist under any circumstances, no matter what happens. Move. Sir. Salkov. Sir. Hand over your pistol. Sir? I'm about to die, but you report to the others exactly what you see. Whoa.
Okay, shooting open air. There it is.
Bang.
He got out the way.
Didn't even need the pistol to set it off.
He wild, man.
Bro, this royal family is something else. I figured he'd work me over a while before finishing me. Pause.
See, in this situation, just the last pause. In this situation, right?
Yeah.
He could stand right behind Benji, put the pistol to the dome, and then release Zetsu, right? And then pop him. He could have got the kill right here, right now.
I think effectively. But at the same time, I don't think that would be how he'd want to
make this play out.
Yeah, I think it'd be too simple, and it also he would probably want to move around. He's smart enough, right? Like, he's not a Nen user like that, but I think just at root he's a smart enough, like he's high enough IQ to reach the conclusion that I don't want to give anybody hints about anything that I'm capable of with Nen. Like, good Nen users, like the smart Nen users, are always very careful about that.
Okay. Hello?
Mike died. That's on me.
Oh, okay, there you go.
Yeah, I'm using the battery pack, Mike. I had to respawn real quick.
Yeah, he
unless
doesn't want to give away his advantage.
Well, yeah,
No
but
Nen
also,
user wants
like, there are times you've seen Nen users very much give stuff away unnecessarily just because it doesn't matter to them. Like, for example, Hisoka says, my bungee gum is so versatile, it really doesn't matter to me if you know what it does. Or you see in Crollo and Zeno and Silva's fight, like, whatever, I may as well show you. Just, it's not going to change how much I think I can spark your ass if I have to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right. Ho ho. Just as I thought, I'm quite thoroughly hated. Squish. He's rushing because, having issued special martial law, he has to settle it all this round. He's got the other princes to kill as well, I suppose. Which pisses me off in its own way. Spend more time on me, idiot. It's like, disrespectful. That's it? That's all you got for me? If I keep up Zetsu here in this room, I stay dead. Everyone under my ability's influence sees me lying there blood-soaked, skull caved in. But my Nen Beast runs on my aura as fuel, which means that during Zetsu it's burning through the aura it charged up. Once that's spent, there we go, so there's a time limit.
Okay.
The beast loses power and the space disappears as well. How long the beast's battery lasts must be proportional to the time I spend not in Zetsu. Right now I'm provisionally putting the charge to operation ratio at 11:1 and adjusting my training and testing time around it. If I provisionally set the start of charging at the moment I became aware of the ability, the beast has roughly 3 hours 48 minutes of operation left.
Dang, he almost got 4 hours?
Yeah.
That's dang near indefinite.
Not with everything he might need to do, because like at that point of running out, he has to recharge for quite a while. It seems like 11:1.
Okay.
Like if his guess is accurate, which I would imagine it's somewhat accurate because Nen users are pretty in tune with their abilities most of the time. Not immediately, like intimately to the direct, precise numbers like Knuckles sort of is with the aura counting, but this is like really just a chapter where I just get to talk about Nen users is what I'm feeling like so far, because that's like third or fourth reference I've made to another Nen user skill at this point. This is great. Lingering here in Zetsu isn't a good move. Better to clear out as fast as possible. And if the first prince, that idiot, realizes my death was staged, Salkov will be the first to take the interrogation for me. I doubt a dying wish of "don't open the coffin" carries any weight in a succession war, but so long as the first prince believes he killed me, nobody will try to open it along the way. If the coffin reaches the king, the old man, intact, he'll understand this is my scheme, hold to his neutrality, and won't announce anything of his own accord. But equally, he won't lie to a prince who asks him directly, so the window in which everyone still mistakenly believes I was executed by the first prince, even after I release the ability, is a few days at the longest, an hour at the shortest. No margin at all. That said, I have to move carefully. The instant I leave this... See, I knew he was going to try to keep this up as long as possible. You remember how I said, like... I don't know exactly how I phrased it, but I wager that he'll keep this up and then also kind of try to use the assumed circumstances as an advantage. I think like he said an hour to a few days, so it's quite possible he might lay low for a decent amount of time here. That said, I have to move carefully. The instant I leave this room and pass beyond the Nen Beast's range, the ability is released. And if I then run into my own private soldiers or the first prince, the fools who think I'm dead, it's over. I'll have to predict their movements and steer clear of those routes. Right, I need to prepare a will, and an empty coffin would be bad. I'll stuff some guns in there or something. Just wait.
He's putting what in the coffin?
Guns.
Okay.
This weight, smell of blood and viscera. Am I really meant to believe this is an illusion? Yeah.
Wow. I kind of feel like maybe this was our headcanon.
That's a cold... No, the image of writing your will in a parallel universe while your dead body is getting carried out. And you are very much alive. That's hard. That's hard. That's so hard.
He's so nonchalant about everything, too. This is
right.
what makes it funny.
No funeral, no posthumous name, no send-off, no viewing of the body whatsoever. My one and only wish is a true, united nation, free of duplicity. Fourth Prince of the Kakin Empire, Tserriednich. Furthermore, the refusal of any viewing is because the conditional premise, in the event that I am killed by the first prince, has been fulfilled. In that case, it is inevitable that His Highness remains would not retain their original form, and it was his express wish that his dignity as the deceased be preserved. It would have been a nuisance if the men who carried the coffin had stayed. I thought I understood that a gap in my assumptions could be instantly fatal, but my sense of danger wasn't sharp enough. Whether someone who arrives from outside after activation falls under this magic is unknown. That needs testing too. It's real sharp, man. Like,
yep. He has to make these considerations.
I hate that he's this sharp because this is a nan user, but this also raises my stocks for the people he considered his friends, like Otocene and them. Which we already kind of saw with Borkson dealing with Morena anyhow. Like, they're also particularly bright.
You know what's crazy? So he understands that the illusion is present in everybody who's within range, but the illusion doesn't carry physics with it for some reason, because he's only stuffing this coffin with guns to give it weight, right? Because they put just a bag in there.
Well, the bag that they see has his body.
Right, but then they would lift the coffin and be like, there's nothing in here. Why does it feel like there's nothing in here? But they lifted his body too.
No, he's figuring out the contingencies for after, because the thing is, if he's still in Zetsu, the reality hasn't changed yet.
Okay, then maybe I'm misinterpreting this, because I'm wondering, why is he filling the coffin with guns? And I thought he's just doing that to add to the illusion.
It is, well, no, it's to save for once the illusion breaks. That's how I'm reading this. I could be wrong as well, but the way I'm seeing
We'll go back.
I don't think we're going to gain clarity from that, because it could be either, but here's my thought, right? My thought is that as time keeps moving, basically these two parallel universes are existing perpetually in like 10-second increments. So as the next 10 seconds goes by, if he puts the guns in there, when these 10 seconds pass, in the past, in the alternate universe he's creating, that'll have been accounted for as the body has disappeared, right? Because he's clearly not actually dead. But so long as he maintains Zetsu, what everybody else is perceiving is not literally the same reality that he's perceiving. He's the only person perceiving that reality. It's just the things that come to pass every 10 seconds or so are being overwritten only in that reality, right? Because the other reality is perpetually not changing so long as he doesn't so long as he doesn't release Zetsu. I guess like that was a really convoluted way to explain that. A cleaner way to put it would be the reality he sees becomes the true past, right?
Right.
So no matter how long he maintains this for and how much stuff he changes every 10 seconds, once he releases Zetsu, all of it comes to pass as reality. Like, indefinitely. But so long as he maintains Zetsu, none of these things that he's doing are being perceived inside of the reality that he's watching. Does that make sense?
I almost feel like it might not have to be that nuanced. I feel like the only 10 seconds that are relevant are the first 10 seconds with his eyes closed, where he has that precognition phase and sees a timeline, essentially. Or, I don't want to call it the true timeline.
What I'm saying is, like, it's not every 10 seconds is a new loop, but every new 10 seconds is more time to do more stuff inside of So
I think that makes sense.
maybe I phrased it too complicated. I don't know, because I think like I was workshopping the thought in real time. So I think I circled back around to it not being that nuanced either, like sort of where you're at.
Yeah, because I quite literally think
Because I guess
he just perceives a timeline.
What I was saying,
the one true timeline, and then he alters it. And in the moment of altering it, it's really just like setting up an illusion. Like he sees the future, and then when he opens his eyes, he knows what's about to happen, and he just gets out of Dodge.
Yeah.
And then an illusion is set up from that moment.
But I'm also thinking that like I think where the complications come into play is, since it's a continual stream of time, once he stays inside, he doesn't continue to see the next 10 seconds or so into the future, right? Like he just sort of has to play it out.
No, he's living the real world. He's back in the normal timeline. When he opens his eyes, he's back in normal time.
Yeah, but I'm saying like while he's still in Zetsu, right? He can only he basically just has to bank on his foresight.
Yeah, in Zetsu, I think he just has to use normal foresight.
Like he has to plan everything out that he can possibly plan out before Zetsu turns on. Because after that, it's like, oh, I just got to roll with the punches.
Pretty much.
And so I guess the reason I was connecting that 10-second thing is because you're like, well, he's putting the guns in there because, to cover for the illusion, which is kind of true. But the thing is, like, what I'm saying is like, it's hard to explain. Like, I guess the simplest way to explain it would be that once he releases Zetsu, everything that has been done while in Zetsu comes to pass. So like each chunk of 10 seconds may contain new information. And I know that the 10-second increments might not be relevant, but I'm saying when you break it down into the chunks, it's like, okay, so they're not going to see any of this stuff that he's doing in each little increment of time, but then it will all become true the very second he releases his Zetsu. That whole reality.
Oh, that's an interesting.
You get what I'm saying?
That's an interesting interpretation.
Because
so are you saying that they don't?
Until he releases it, there's a body in there. And the instant that he releases it, there was never a body in there. There was just guns in there.
That would have to be true.
But they wouldn't perceive any of that stuff being moved around. They would see the same reality they saw.
They would see the guns floating. So, like the guns are floating. The casket is being opened up right now.
Yeah,
guns are being
and they don't see none of that. Just like when he threw the water bottle at Salkov, like he didn't even interact with that. Because he is not there. He's in a different reality, and then they rejoin together.
There you go. Okay. So this is interesting. So whenever he drops Zetsu, he collapses the two timelines.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, he collapses the two timelines, and the only time when anybody perceives anything that he's done is after the point at which he had released Zetsu. Prior to that, none of the stuff he did in between will be perceived.
That's interesting, because then it's like everything is preferentially, his timeline is preferred, because it's like
his timeline is the only one.
Like, let's say these guns are in the storeroom right now.
Yes.
In the main timeline.
Yeah.
If anybody goes to that storeroom, they'd still see the guns.
Correct. The guns would not be missing because these are realities running completely separately. It's like, you know how when you do a time trial in a video game, you have like the ghost lap for like the best lap you've ever done or something?
Yeah.
He's like that ghost lap, except they can't see it. When he leaves Zetsu, you just warp into the ghost lab. Like, something like that. Yeah. So, yeah, that's interesting. Somebody said, what if they carry the body out of his range? Now, that's a question. I don't have an answer for you.
We'll kind of like,
I have
workshop that after the chat.
I don't even have one to workshop. There's nothing to workshop because it's one of two things. Either the body stays or it doesn't. Like, I don't know what to say about that.
If they get out of his range, because this is kind of effed up, right?
Well, I would assume that it stays because it's a manipulation of events. Because, like, I would imagine that if they can't interact with, like, because here's the thing, right? If they can't interact with him, I don't think it's at range, like, oh, this illusion disappears, like it breaks, like Cortopi's N, right, to the objects after a few hours or whatever.
No. The illusion definitely, quote unquote, breaks, but it's like you still believe the events that occurred.
Well, no, it doesn't. I don't think it breaks. I think when they carry the body out of here, that body technically exists in that timeline because it happened within range of the Nen ability.
No, I don't agree. I think
it's going to be there.
I think what happens is you're in the dome of influence. You're in the area of effect.
You think it's like Miriam's room?
Right. Within this range, he has his body get put in the casket or the coffin. It gets closed. You now believe that he is dead and in this coffin. You are carrying the coffin, moving closer and closer out of the dome of influence. Yeah. And then you walk out of the dome of influence.
And it's guns now.
But you still believe, unless you check that casket, the last memory you had was of him dead.
Well, they can't. They cannot. They put it in his
will. 100%. They definitely will.
He put it in his will. They can't.
Yeah, exactly. They can't open it. So now they definitely believe that he's dead. Yeah. And if they turned around as soon as they walked out of the sphere of influence, and he was stupidly still standing in the area that he thought he was safe, they would just see him.
Right.
So that's why he's now getting disguised and trying to get the hell out of Dodge, while everybody still believes that he's in that coffin. Right.
And I mean, they're gonna believe he's in that coffin. He said. Yeah. He said he's got an hour at minimum to his estimate, up to maybe 3 days. That's a lot of time to work with. Okay. Wow. In respect for the will of the prince, who loved his country, and deliberately walked the path of thorns for its sake, let us send him on his way to peace. Could you not have saved him? Had you thrown your own body in the way and shielded the prince? Would the outcome not have been different from this? Answer me, Salkov. No way it would have been different, first of all. Those pellets flying everywhere. It would have changed the thing. Don't talk garbage. All that changes is one fewer bullet for the first prince and one more corpse.
Oh my gosh. He go crazy.
Who is this little accountability performance even for, you bastard? And what were you doing then? With respect, sir. Careless movement during special martial law endangers the person you're protecting and is a prohibited act. Moreover, the first prince opened fire immediately upon entering the room. No response was possible. That is not what I'm asking you. What else is there? You just want something to complain about. Whoa. It's not going to do anything because he's in Zetsu, but he just can't help himself.
Oh, right. That's true. Right. Okay.
It just made him feel better.
So he's trying to get him.
He just mag dumped on him. I respect this psycho a little bit. A little bit. As the royal army, we must devote ourselves to the duties before us. That surely is what the fourth prince would have wished. How very commendable, switching gears so quickly. Go on and spend the rest of your life wagging your tail for some provincial paper pusher. That's enough. The only thing authorized was discussion of the will. Keep going and I'll run you all in for incitement, not another word. Seriously unsightly, Captain Von Teen. Shall I swap you out for Salkov? Hey, get a promotion for Salkov. W in the chat. Theta, nice to see you.
Wow.
It's been a while. Sweep of room 1004 complete. All personnel match the registration roster. Good, over here. Free movement is permitted within room 1004 only. However, all firearms and items designated as quasi-deadly weapons will be confiscated. Should the entrance door open without a signal from within, it will be deemed hostile intent and a sweep operation will be executed. Be strictly forewarned. In respect for the fourth prince's will, the body shall not be moved until 6 a.m. tomorrow. A wake will stand in place of a funeral. Thereafter, transport of the coffin shall be carried out by Salkov alone, in accordance with the will. Oh, well, that problem solved. Is that jank-ass tattoo artist? So swiping a Royal Army cap or uniform is impossible under the restrictions too. In that case, cover my face and force my way through is the only option. If my face gets made out there, they'll open up the coffin here and I'm finished. For now, I'll have to stage it as an unidentified intruder going on a rampage and fleeing.
Are those?
It's a lot of guns.
Okay.
He's covered up now. Bro's about to be the very loud majority, I guess. The weapons the Royal Army confiscated from the private soldiers are surely bound for the Central Judicial Bureau on Tier 2. And the first prince, the big idiot, must be heading there himself to make it the hub of both the military and political power. Having declared special martial law, there's no turning back. It's a certainty he'll keep going until every remaining prince is slaughtered. And judging by how he killed me without drawing it out, for reasons unknown, he's pressed for time. He'll be making for the Judicial Bureau on Tier 2 by the shortest route. Normally, when we move down to Tier 2 or below, there are 3 routes connecting passages A, B, and C. Soldiers and other general passengers use C. For a general passenger to enter the Ministry of Justice, the only way in is the central entrance on Tier 3, while royalty in B2s, so second level VIPs, I'm guessing, have a separate entrance on Tier 2. As a rule, every public facility has a royalty exclusive entrance and passage, and they're designed so that Route A is the shortest way in. For the military to seize the Judicial Bureau, covertly, Route A would be optimal, but factoring in how they'd act after special martial law has been declared, it's far faster to make for the central entrance via C and push through en masse, all at once. The first prince must be moving to Tier 3 via Route C together with his private soldiers and Royal Army. Route B, they'll commit a fair amount of firepower to the Mafia sweep and drive them into a corner. The heads of Shah and Shu have almost certainly been detained already, and the Mafia's private back passage is sealed off. Right now, that's the route the Royal Army is watching most closely, which inevitably leaves A. Theta, stop. It's the prince's dying wish. Break it and that makes it a second time. Understand? Theta, sweetheart, you'd best not. Open it while the ability's running and all you'll get to see is my insides. Stared a hole right through him.
Wait.
She can see me? No. There's no way.
Hold on.
I don't think she sees him. I don't think she sees him. I think
so. It's his paranoia.
No, I think this is just her being like, she knows. I think she knows. I think she knows. I think she knows in her heart. I think this is like some machi shit, just intuition. Like this, it's like universe. Because you know that's kind of what Machi had relative to like Yorknu and stuff. I think it's just like that, almost like universe breaking. Like I just know.
This is the intuition.
She's just sensitive to it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So she doesn't actually see him. She walks right past him.
No. Thought so. Of course not. But damn, that rattled me for a second. Theta, sweetheart, if anyone could make me drop Zetsu, maybe it's you? Turns out I really am a masochist. Being ignored feels good. Alright, let's move. Alright, Let's move. The escape. Adventure begins. Our destination is the exit of the fourth Prince Tserriednich. The steps of the devil have begun. End of chapter 418.
Yo.
Another
Yo.
banger. Another banger.
Yo.
Another banger.
Yo. Yo.
Another banger.
Yo.
Another banger.
One of the best. One of the best. This chapter was gorgeous. Gorgeous, darling. Okay. Couple things. What does Gyro look like? Because this is kind of giving me that mysterious Gyro vibe.
I mean, Gyro just had like a big ass like puffer jacket on.
We gonna see this full pop up later, because the setup isn't, it's setting up. We gonna see him pop up later wherever he pops up. It might be like the most pivotal moment.
You think Tserried's gonna drop off for a little bit?
Oh, he's definitely gonna drop off. I don't think we're gonna see his movements.
I think I prefer that. We'll probably get them in retrospect once.
Yeah,
he pops back up, and it may be drip feed, it may be all at once. Who knows? Because like he might pop up and just blick somebody, and then we'll get like a little chapter or two sequence of what he was up to. Because things are gonna happen as well. You don't need to know what I look like. You know who we're talking about. We have a Gyro in the chat right now, which is hilarious. But at any rate, yeah, the expansion of the power here is great. It's too useful. I don't. You just give somebody smart some shit like this, like it's just a lot.
This is what I like about it. On the face, of it, on the surface, it looks very OP.
Yes.
But then Togashi showcases that it has its restrictions, and the wielder still needs to be intelligent, because what is Tserriednich doing in this current state of Zetsu with his eyes open, if not openly trying to predict the future and everybody's next moves
just
based on the aftermath of the timeline that they're stuck in?
Winging it.
And it's like, that ain't a special ability. He actually has to use his mind to figure out how to navigate in the real world without getting caught.
Bro, this is a long chapter video. I can't lie, because all we've done is real discussion. Like we haven't wasted any time. The runtime on the recording is 52 minutes.
Oh, impossible.
That was a 52-minute chapter.
Okay.
I think so. What we may do, we may double back. Probably not do a full podcast recording like with all the other stuff. May just do recordings with the to expand on our thoughts on this chapter and the implications. Also, we may have some content for you guys revolving this chapter since we have a little more time to work with. I probably am going to. I'm going to drop some thoughts tomorrow, and then I'll drop the chapter reaction on Sunday, like when it's supposed to come out. I don't want to attract the ire of the 100 people. So, yeah, we'll do it like that. Ricky, you got anything else to sort of say in closing?
Just, just keep it long.
Pause.